Jai Gurudev children, today we are going to start next poem on killing a tree from Unit 8. This poem by Gieve Patel is a symbolic composition. As evils are deep-rooted in us, tree is also deep-rooted. We should try to eliminate them permanently. At times we think we have got rid of these evils, but suddenly it appears before us again as tree grows if not cut properly. We must put our best efforts to uproot them. The poet has another view that once we start an assignment, we must bring it to an end. A half-finished job is no job done. So, the poet advocates the totality of a work. This will make one responsible and sensible for one's assignments. So let's start reciting the poem. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown, slowly consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. So, hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to former size. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out, snapped out. Or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Coming to the first stanza again. It takes much time to kill a tree, not a simple jab of the knife. Jab means hit. Leprous, discolored bark of the tree. Sprouting, giving rise. In this stanza, the poet comments on the way a person cuts down a tree in order to serve his purpose. The poet says that it is not easy to cut down a tree because a simple jab of the knife is never enough to wipe out its existence. The reason behind its strength is its consuming the resources which it has got from the earth's crust so powerfully. Years of absorption of sunlight, air and water from which the earth has made its growth so perfect that a jab of knife won't do much. It will come out with leaves again and will grow as ever. Next stanza. So hack. Hack means cut with heavy blows. Boughs, branches. In this stanza, the poet further states the ways of cutting a tree. As the jab of the knife was not sufficient, the poet advises us to hit the tree severely in the form of hacking and chopping. But the poet contrasts that even that won't be enough to kill the tree. This hacking and chopping would raise a pain to the tree but not good enough to kill it. The bark will ooze out with the liquid secretion, but over a period of time it gets healed. Then the fighting spirit of the tree will make it alive again. From close to the ground it will start a new life again by giving rise to new leaves and small boughs. These will make the tree so glorious again that it will acquire its former size. Therefore, it is not easy to cut or kill a tree. In the third stanza, no, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out, snapped out. Or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave and the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. In the previous stanzas, the poet has discussed the various ways of killing the tree. But still the tree has managed to survive, so the poet came up with another idea. He says that the root needs to be pulled out of the earth where it has stocked its strength. To do this, one needs to rope the roots, then pull out the whole mass outside. When the roots are out of the earth cave, then the actual strength of the tree, that is the roots, are exposed to the sun or environment. The source of life of the tree, which is roots, is now exposed and out, and its root matter is white and wet with absorption of water. It is now subjected to the outside world. This is the actual start of the death of the tree, as the life source of tree, if roots are exposed. Now next is, then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. The poet discussed the way a tree is uprooted and exposed to the surrounding in a previous stanza. Now, when the tree is uprooted and left open in the surrounding, then the sun starts drying it up with a burning heat. The intense heat makes the root of the tree getting choked in the air and sunlight. Heat makes the root brown, which was white earlier, and hardens it by soaking all the moisture content in it. Then the root starts twisting from its original shape and finally gets withered from its parts. This brings the actual end to the life of the tree, and that is how it is done in the end. The poet takes us into a detailed account of how we kill a tree, what suffering does it have to face, and how harsh our attitude is for the ones which is the breath of our lives.